So this is Ray and I'm Kris, and we're just going to have this conversation about who we were when we came into the program, who we are today, and what it's like being here. And the interesting thing is, Ray and I both were at the same main line together back in 2011 in Calipat, started at level 4 and worked our way down, and now we get to meet here in a level 2 right before it's time to go home. So Ray, who were you when you entered prison?
Man, so that's a very good question, because that was a question I had to ask myself coming into prison. I can tell you one thing, that I was very immature. I thought like a child and I acted like a child. All my behavior was very impulsive. It was addictive, and I was just reckless out there. And many of those things that I did eventually led me into this place. How about you?
Yeah, same. I was a scared young man that came in and was still very much just coming out of the peer pressure lifestyle and listening to what people tell me and doing what things I thought people wanted me to do. And then hitting the main line, I was scared. I'd never been to prison before, and seeing that the way I used to live was no longer the way I wanted to live was put me in a situation where it was hard to really understand what am I going to do now for the rest of my life in prison.
Yeah.
And so what about like now? Who are you today?
So today, so entering, like you said, in Calipatria, I knew I wanted to change my life. I was faced with a life sentence, and that really woke me up. And so I said, okay, I definitely want to change, but how? And as you know, in Calipat 2011, there wasn't too many programs going on. But by the grace of God, we landed in an awesome chapel. And I was able to immerse myself in these many classes. You remember which classes? It was apologetics, Western Christian history, logic, what else? Greek. We had to learn a different language. So having to discipline myself and being surrounded by mature brothers like yourself, who are still a role model to me today, bro, it really matured me as a person. It taught me honesty, it taught me accountability, responsibility. It really allowed me to be me for who I really was. What about you?
Same. That also was where I kind of found out who I was and learned more about what I believe, why I believe it, and just was willing to start stepping out against the peer pressure, right? There's plenty of peer pressure to do things in prison, and I was faced with that several times, and I had the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this because I'm a Christian now.
Yeah.
And I wasn't afraid to say no. And that was when I really had the opportunity to start saying no to people and start saying yes to myself and doing things that I knew were the best for me.
That's right. Yeah, same here. One yes to Christ changed my life. And then there was a yes to just becoming a better person. And I found that strength, I found that courage in the Lord and amongst the fellowship of the brothers. And I'm so very grateful for that, for the community that exists within prison, of people who have truly changed their lives. And now I just want to give back. You know, I feel like that it's my due service unto the Lord and unto society, right? Just to give back however we can.
That's right. What about your daily life in prison? Like, what programs have you been part of? I mean, you talked about in Calipat, the programs there, the chapel programs, but like, have you done any rehabilitative programs, any education? And what's your schedule like in prison?
Yeah, so currently I'm in Cuesta College.
Okay.
And I'm pursuing an AA degree in sociology. I'm about a little over halfway done, and right now I'm taking case management, and it's a really cool class because it's showing me how to be a service to the public or to people that need help, and I may possibly pursue that career in I don't know, maybe social workers or some type of service to the public. So education has really helped me out in prison. It's really given me a daily plan. It's forced me to be disciplined in my studies, and it's given me just a love for learning.
Yeah.
Right, and you're in college too, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in college. I'm 6 classes away from an AA, which is
congratulations.
Thank you. Never thought I would take college, so I've been in college classes, I've been in mediation classes and youth inclusion or giving back to the youth offender program. I've been in a lot of self-helps and taking a lot of educational classes now, and so I've been really growing as a person. And the schedule now, I can't even really think back. I just know it's been structured, especially with the good news I got from I'm getting out now, and so just realizing how structured my life's been in prison, where we get told to do everything, when you can do it, how to do it, where you can go, where you can't go, and now just thinking of the potential that hey, I might be able to make choices for myself is scary.
Absolutely. What's the good news that you're talking about, Chris?
So on Friday, let's see, today is the 1st, so Friday the 27th, 28th, I can't remember the day, the governor granted me clemency. And just all glory to God. And just really a humbling experience because he decided to let me parole without having to go to board or anything, and it was humbling too because not that I say I deserved any of it, I didn't do anything really to deserve it. You can't make up for taking someone's life. There's nothing you can do to make that right. And he made that clear in the clemency that he wrote. It doesn't forgive or it doesn't make right what I did or negate the harm I caused. But when he said it recognizes the work I've done, it felt, I felt happy, I felt good because it was like I had dedicated my life to rehabilitation and he was able to see that. And that's been my goal is I want people to know like, yes, I was a scumbucket. I did terrible things and I'm ashamed of who I was and the things I did. And now I am dedicated to rehabilitation and I'm all about giving back. Like I see that my purpose in life anyways is to glorify God, and I do that by helping people. That's what I want to do. So that's the good news.
That's really good news, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
How about this? What about for the new Life K9 program, which we're in right now? What made you decide to join?
So, two things when I heard about New Life K9s. First of all, I have a love for dogs.
Okay.
I've had dogs all my life, and I just love them. And second, the opportunity to give back to society, give back to veterans that went out and fought for our freedom and for the freedom that I actually forfeited, but I still get to enjoy even in prison. So when I learned about dogs and service, I was like, it's too good to be true. Like, sign me in. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And the moment that it truly hit me how big this is when I attended your guys' graduation. And I got to see the dogs graduate. I got to see the veterans come in and speak about the impact that these dogs have had on their lives. Yeah. And just the emotional vibes that were going on in that place just really touched me. And I said, this is what I want to do. That's and right. I've been blessed to be here. I've been blessed to be amongst a good team. I'm just learning so much about just working with individuals, with different people, working with dogs. I got a little best friend now, yes. Ruthie, who's is just awesome. Yeah. So my daily life here is just teaching dogs, educating them. They're capable of so much, and I'm learning that now. And if I could help at least one person out there, yeah, because these people are so brave of what they do. Absolutely. I'll feel good about myself if I can at least help one person. That's right. That's wonderful, and that really captures what our mission is about: saving lives through the healing power of the human canine bonds. And you can see how it's impacted your life. It impacts the veterans, and it's the same reason is I came from another prison where they had dogs, and I never believed that we would have a dog program in prison. And then when I came here. And I heard that there was going to be a dog program, so absolutely I got to be part of it because I was part of it over there, and I realized the impact it was to have a relationship with another living being that you had to care for and be responsible for and really love. And then coming into this program, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then the service, coming from a military family and washing out of the military myself, this kind of helps deal with those feelings of failure and shame that I didn't make it, but at least I can help those that did and have decided to give back to their life. Man, that's so awesome. And isn't it kind of like we're parents too? Yes, absolutely. I know you're a father of two. Yes. I myself I'm not a parent, but working with Ruthie, it kind of puts me in that parental position. Sure. And we want to do what's best for them. At the same time, guiding them and educating them on, you know, what is proper and what is not.
Right.
So this has really helped me, you know, hone in on some parental skills
Right.
that I've never had. They developed them within me, you know.
So with that, like with working with Ruthie, you said you developed some parental skills, and that was like the next question I was going to ask you is like, working with Ruthie, what job skills and relationship skills have you learned specifically from this program?
Yeah, relational skills are just trust, you know, being able to, you know, I talk to her a lot,
Right.
especially when we're walking laps, so I'm able to just, you know, speak about things that I normally wouldn't speak about, you know, so it's helping me be more open, you know, as I speak to her and in our relationship, just trusting her and especially love, you know, unconditional love.
Right.
Something that God has shown me in my life, you know, and I'm able to show her, you know, because love is important.
Absolutely. It's really like the fundamental, it's the linchpin of our whole philosophy for bond-based choice teaching and our relationship with our dogs here. And I'm the same way with the skills I learned. I've been able to have some public speaking and doing the emceeing at the graduations and being able to kind of be like a team leader as a chairman and just working with so many different people. That's taught me some job skills because when you go to a job, you're not going to always have people that like you or you like, but you have to learn to work with them. And then relationship skills, I've learned to communicate and check in with myself when I'm getting frustrated and be like, okay, hold on. And just really looking at how to put somebody else, like for me it's faith, because that's my little lady, putting faith before me. So she's just being who she is, and she loves to play and all this. And then when I get frustrated, it's to recognize what's going on for me and how, okay, she's not doing it on purpose, it's my stuff.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Help with some introspection. What have you taught your service dog? What have you taught Ruthie?
So my partner and myself, together as a team, we've taught her manners.
Okay.
We're continuing to teach her manners.
Give me some manners.
So, for instance, when we put on her little work vest,
Okay.
she needs to be able to be engaged with her recipient and not be broad focused around like, everything going on.
So broad focus means like distracted by everything
all
else.
the stuff going on. So we're really teaching her to when that vest goes on, okay, you know your recipient needs you. You know you're working. So we take her through little obstacle courses,
Right.
and we try to cause distractions. And there's food here, and someone's bouncing a ball over here. And she just like calmly walks through everything, and we keep her engaged with us, and we hope that translates, and we are sure that it will translate, you know, into a society when she graduates and is given to a recipient.
How long did it take to teach them that?
So it's a continual process. We're still teaching her. We've been doing it probably for about, I would say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now,
Okay.
on and off.
How old is Ruthie?
Ruthie's 6 months old.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still a puppy.
Yeah.
You know, but we got our expectations for her are, because we know she can do a lot, but they're fair, they're moderate, they're
Good. You're there to encourage and challenge her to meet her potential, but you're not too pushy with her. And that's great.
And one of the things we're working on with her is picking stuff off the ground.
Nice.
She wants to bite and pick up stuff, everything. So we use a word called ick.
Okay.
You know, and we make a disgusting face and we show her like, well, that's not for you.
Okay.
You know, and she's really, we believe that she's grabbing the concept of what that means. But again, she's a puppy, so it's to be continued with that.
I think that's going to be a lifelong thing because her sister Faith is almost 2 years old and still goes for the food on the ground sometimes unless you communicate to her like, hey, that is not yours.
Yeah.
So I've seen the work you and Carlos are doing, and you guys are doing a great job with Ruthie.
Thank you. We pour ourselves into this. So we spoke a little bit about Ruthie. I'd like to introduce you to her. Ruthie, can you come up here?
Hi, Ruthie.
This is Ruthie. She's 6 months old.
And if you'd like to learn more about our program and how to support us and what we do, please visit www.newlifek9s.org. Thank you.